Every single second, more than 1,000 cans of tuna are sold worldwide, yet barely anyone knows what truly happens behind the scenes. Welcome to Behind Factory Lines. Today we're taking you on a journey from the ocean's depths to the supermarket aisles and revealing how canned tuna is really made. Tunas are no ordinary fish. They are high-performance swimmers, built for speed, born to hunt. Their bodies are as streamlined as race cars, their muscles laced with pure power fibers. While other fish lazily drift with the currents, they shoot through the water at speeds of up to 75 kilometers per hour. Some grow to over 3 meters in length and weigh more than 800 kilograms. True muscle machines, with hearts 4 times the size of a human's. They are wanderers. Every year they travel thousands of kilometers, crossing entire oceans in search of food and better conditions. They brave icy depths and the blazing heat of surface waters alike, and they are warm-blooded. Unlike most fish, tunas can regulate their own body temperature. While a codfish grows sluggish in cold water, a tuna stays fast, sharp, and ready, a predator that must keep moving or it will literally suffocate. But their lives are about more than just speed and hunting. They are a crucial pillar of the marine ecosystem. Where tunas swim, mackerel and sardines follow, and sharks lurk in their shadow. Remove them from the sea, and an entire web of food chains starts to crumble. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Just a few decades ago, they roamed the oceans undisturbed. Today, they are hauled out of the water by the millions, trapped in nets the size of football fields. Industrial fleets roam the world's oceans, measuring their catch not in fish, but in tons. The balance that held for millions of years is tipping. But before we talk about what that means, let's take a look at how tuna even gets from the ocean into a can. And that story begins with one of the largest and most controversial industries of our time, the tuna fishing industry. When it comes to efficiency, the tuna industry is a true masterpiece. Massive fishing fleets sweep across the oceans, equipped with the latest technology, deep-sea vessels the size of football fields, armed with kilometer-long nets and pinpoint sonar systems. Their goal is to catch as many fish as possible in the shortest time possible. The most important method, purse seine fishing. A huge net is cast around an entire school of tuna. Then, the net closes, like a giant sack, leaving no escape. Within minutes, hundreds, sometimes thousands of fish are trapped. Perfect for the industry. Less perfect for all the other marine animals that happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Dolphins, sea turtles, sharks all regularly get caught as bycatch. Some fisheries try to prevent this, using special escape openings or acoustic devices to scare dolphins away, but often it's too late. Yet that's not the only method. There's also long-line fishing. Here, kilometer-long lines with thousands of baited hooks are set out. Tuna bite, but not just tuna. Birds diving into the water, turtles swimming by, sharks hunting prey, all get snagged in this invisible death trap. For every tuna caught, several other animals often die as well. And then there's pole and line fishing, probably the most sustainable way to catch tuna. Each fish is hauled out of the water individually with a fishing rod. Almost no bycatch, no nets, no mass slaughter. But this method is too slow for an industry that thinks in tons, not in fish. The result of this high-intensity fishing? Overfishing. A few decades ago, vast schools roamed the oceans. Today, many species have been pushed to the brink of collapse, especially the bluefin tuna. Once one of the ocean's top predators, has become so depleted it is now considered critically endangered. But it's not just tunas that are suffering. Millions of dolphins, turtles, and sharks die each year as bycatch. Some are tossed back into the sea, usually already dead. Others end up in the nets of black market fishing operations, a lucrative business far beyond any government control. Once the nets are hauled in and the ships head for port, the next stage of the journey begins. The tuna is still a predator that roamed the oceans, but in just a few hours, it will be turned into an industrial product, precise, efficient, optimized down to the last detail. Most fish arrive frozen solid, minus 20 degrees Celsius or colder. That's how they stay fresh even after weeks at sea. But freshness is relative. Here, in the giant processing plants, no one cares how fast or powerful a tuna once was. Now it's just raw material. Workers in protective gear inspect the fish. Size, color, flesh quality. Anything that doesn't meet standards is rejected. Then comes the heavy work. Heads and fins are cut off, guts removed. Huge machines do it in seconds. What's left no longer looks like a fish, more like a gray, shapeless block. But in this industry, nothing is wasted. The leftovers are perfect for pet food or fish meal. Now comes the real trick, cooking. The tunas are shoved into gigantic steam ovens at temperatures far above 100 degrees Celsius for hours. The heat makes the meat tender, eliminates germs, and destroys some of the nutrients. Omega-3 fatty acids, not as abundant as in fresh fish, but this cooking method ensures that tuna remains shelf-stable for years. After cooking, the fish is broken down. Large fillets are carefully separated, while smaller pieces end up as shredded meat in cheaper products. Then, it's packed into cans, with oil, water, or brine. What's inside depends on the manufacturer. Some use only pure tuna meat, others add additives, flavor enhancers to boost taste, or preservatives to extend shelf life even further. The cans are sealed and sterilized under extreme pressure and heat, eliminating all bacteria. In theory, canned tuna can now last up to 10 years on supermarket shelves without spoiling. By the end of this process, tuna no longer resembles a fierce predator from the ocean depths. Instead, it looks like a harmless, convenient food product. But is it really? Is canned tuna as healthy as many believe, or are there hidden risks you should know about? Tuna is healthy, or so it's said. High in protein, low in fat, packed with valuable omega-3 fatty acids, beneficial for heart and brain health. Millions regularly reach for canned tuna as a quick meal, fitness food, or affordable protein source. But is it truly that simple? The benefits are undeniable. A small can can deliver up to 30 grams of protein, ideal for athletes. Omega-3 fatty acids are present, but fewer than most realize due to the long cooking process. And then there's the long shelf life, making tuna a pantry staple for years. Convenient indeed, but if a food lasts indefinitely, it's worth questioning. Why? Let's consider the risks. The biggest problem is invisible: mercury. Tunas sit atop the food chain, eating smaller fish that accumulate pollutants. Mercury builds up, and the bigger the fish, the greater the mercury concentration, which can harm the nervous system, impair brain development in children, and even affect cardiovascular health. Pregnant women and young children should limit canned tuna consumption. For others, more than 1 or 2 cans per week is not recommended. Then there's salt. Many tuna cans contain surprisingly high sodium levels, which raise blood pressure and stress the cardiovascular system. However, choosing tuna packed without brine or in its natural juices can solve this issue. Another overlooked detail is the can itself. Many cans contain bisphenol A, BPA, a chemical from the inner lining that can seep into the food. BPA disrupts hormone balance and has been linked to long-term health risks. Opting for glass jars or BPA-free cans is safer. So, is canned tuna good or bad? The truth lies somewhere in between. It's a convenient protein source, but not without risks. Choosing wisely, consuming in moderation, and staying informed makes it possible to enjoy tuna without guilt. But is truly sustainable tuna available? Yes, but it's rare and often expensive. The oceans seem endless, vast deserts of water teeming with life, seemingly inexhaustible. But that's an illusion. Far from shorelines, one of the greatest environmental disasters unfolds: industrial overfishing. Just decades ago, oceans were abundant with tuna. Massive schools migrated across currents, from tropical to temperate waters. Today, they're tracked by satellites, trapped in massive nets, measured in tons. Many species populations have plummeted dramatically, especially the mighty bluefin tuna, now critically endangered. Some fisheries deliberately use gentler methods. Smaller species like skipjack tuna are less threatened than bluefin or yellowfin. Traditional methods like pole and line fishing, catching fish individually, minimize bycatch and mass destruction but yield fewer fish, driving prices up. Labels promise sustainability, but trust can be tricky. The MSC label claims sustainable fishing, but is controversial. Not every MSC certified tuna is genuinely sustainable. The Dolphin Safe label ensures no dolphins are caught. But what about turtles, sharks, and other marine life? Friend of the Sea faces similar criticisms. To buy truly sustainable tuna, look for multiple certifications, clear labeling of catch methods, and ideally pole and line fishing origins. Or reconsider tuna altogether. Mackerel or sardines often provide better alternatives. Quicker replenishment, less overfishing, and even more omega-3 fatty acids. Ultimately, sustainable tuna exists but is scarce. Cheap tuna? It's cheap only at first glance. The real cost is borne by the oceans. Now it's your turn. Did you know all this, or was something surprising? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're eager to hear your opinion. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to Factory Spotlight to never miss our deep dives into the world of production. We'll take you places few others get to see. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.